So now that we talk about the kind of first, the kind of thirds and the flat sevenths, let's move to the flat six. I choose a weird order, but before we conclude, I would like to say that we have also one auxiliary dominant which could be used for this natural seventh chords, because when the first 10 videos we talk about the fifth of the flat seventh auxiliary and the substitute fifth of the flat seventh, which moves by a second minor diatonic descendant, while this moves fourth descendant up. But here we have I bracket the substitute fifth of the natural seven because this natural seven is G sharp in this, say, natural 7 minor, G sharp minor, in this key of A minor, and therefore the substitute chord for that would be A7. And this A7 is, and we already mentioned it here, as the auxiliary fifth of the fourth on the first 20 chords that we talk about in the first 10 videos of the series. We were in the previous level, because now we're in the next level. But this here, auxiliary fifth of the fourth, A7, will be the same like the substitute dominant fifth of the natural seventh. So the fourth is bracket, but the auxiliary fifth of the natural seventh, in this case D sharp 7, that one does count as new chord, as one of the other 53 family members of this Flamenco Andalusian chord chart. So we have fifth of the flat seventh, auxiliary dominant fifth of the natural seventh, in this case D sharp 7. Auxiliary fifth of the natural 7, minor flat 5. And then flat 7, flat 9. This is one way that we could use it. The thing is that out of these two, we will count one as new, only the auxiliary dominant fifth of the natural 7. Now let's proceed with the flat 6 in the 6 family, which is a big family here, because you know that in flamenco the chord flat 6 is the most malleable chord, as it can be with the first 20 chords. We talk about F major only, and this actually can be F major, major 7th, so it could be F7. Could be flats 6 minor, like in this falsetto which we see. Go to the 4 minor in flat second, and then to the flat 6, 7. Right? So this is the flat third major 7 and first inversion, with E on the bass in this case. So the thing is that this flat 6 chord could be major 7, could be a flat 7, so a dominant chord, F7, minor, and could also be even a minor 7 flat 5. And it could also be a flat 6 diminished, so F diminished. And for that purpose, you know that this chord could move it to a first major, flat 6, 7, flat 9, or it could move to a sharp minor. Sharp 4 minor, or it could move also to a natural 6 minor, or it could be moved to a flat 3rd minor. Right, so this one is also important to consider, although you know that this here will be repeating because of the fact that these chords repeat every flat third. But anyway, don't worry with that. We just talk briefly about it, and you need to know how the diminished chords function, and this is the way to get more information about, because, well, I mentioned before, the simplest way you can use is leading on any of its notes. This is a flat 6. So we have flat 6 diminished. This is interesting thing because of flat 6. And then for 7 flat 9 and many other things. So we could be also going to a sharp 4 minor 7 flat 5. From this chord, from the sharp 4 minor minor 7 flat 5, D sharp minor 7 flat 5, we need to go to another chord, which could be sharp 4 major. That sounds better in this case, going from a sharp 4 major 7, 7 flat 9 instead of, if it's minor, this is not very much used, so this is the Paco style. Has some notes there that are not very much contrasting, so therefore, but from here, sharp 4 minor minor 7 flat 5. Very easy to go to a 5th minor, and then flat 6 or 7 flat 9 is just natural, although it sounds not very far out, let's say, but this is up to you. Those are just ingredients. So then here we have, so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of 5 chords, flat 6. Apart from this, so it will be 6 chords with that one. Actually, and that, if we don't say that this can become also a Lydian thing, it is really, because when we play this with 4 augmented, generally the F of flamenco has that be natural there in this key, in A minor key. So those are 5 flat 6 besides the natural flat 6 in this key of A minor, and so we until here we cover all the flat 6 degrees of the Andalusian cadence.
Me ayudó porque descubrí ahí la improvisación. La improvisación es algo que yo pienso que cada músico del estilo que sea, del clásico, del flamenco, de cualquier otra música, debería aprender, porque en la improvisación te da mucha libertad y a la vez te da mucho conocimiento de dónde estás tocando, de cómo estás tocando, de qué armonías están en cada momento, ¿no?
Muy bien, Pablo. Sí, Paco, ¿qué es para usted la música popular y qué es la música elitista?
Yo creo que la música elitista es el refinamiento de la música popular. Por ejemplo, el flamenco. El flamenco originalmente es una música popular, la música del pueblo de Andalucía. Pero creo que ya no le pertenece más al pueblo, porque de pronto habemos gente que nos hemos pasado toda una vida encerrados, puliendo esa expresión popular. Entonces ha llegado a un nivel en el que el pueblo ya no tiene esencia, sobre todo a los matices que vamos consiguiendo la gente como yo, que nos pasamos muchas horas elaborando esa música.